Hi there. I hope you guys are all having a great DLD day. This is Miss Cook, your school counselor, and Mrs. Melton and I are working together on some videos and some stories to share with you. She's going to be working on some compare and contrast of things that you hear from each of the videos. And I am going to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that might relate to our character traits, the things that we talk about on our monthly character traits here at school. So, for today, I have a story to share with you. This is Finders Keepers for Franklin. Franklin could count by twos and tie his shoes. He was good at seeing things that others missed. Once, Franklin found a lucky four-leaf clover. Another time, he found the keys his mother had lost. But one day, Franklin found something special. Franklin was walking to the park when he spotted a flash of blue. Something was lying by the side of the path. "Oh," said Franklin, picking it up. "A camera!" He had never found anything quite so wonderful before. Franklin looked through the viewfinder. He imagined he was a photographer just like Grandma, who took last summer's pictures. "Say cheese," he said. Franklin pretended to click the clicker. Then he noticed that somebody had already taken one picture. As soon as Franklin got to the park, he showed the camera to his friends. "Wow," said Moose. "Is that yours?" "Not exactly," said Franklin. "I found it." Beaver shrugged. "Finders keepers," she said. "Well, I looked, but there's no name on the camera," said Franklin. "Then it's yours," insisted Beaver. "It's not like stealing," said Moose. "You found it." Still, Franklin knew he wasn't allowed to keep things that didn't belong to him. He decided to find the owner later. Just then, Beaver made a funny face. "That's good," said Franklin. He snapped a picture. Me too," cried Moose and Rabbit. Before he knew it, Franklin had used the rest of the film. Franklin took the film out of the camera and put it in his marble bag. "I'll have to get more film," he said. "Are you keeping the camera?" asked Moose. Franklin looked surprised. "Oops, I almost forgot that it isn't mine," said Franklin. "I'd better find out whose it is, who lost it." "Maybe the owner will be mad because you used the camera," Beaver said. Franklin gulped. "I didn't think of that." Now, Franklin wasn't sure what to do. He didn't like it when someone was angry with him. Franklin thought for a while. After his friends left, he put the camera back where he'd found it. "That's better," he sighed. "Now nobody will be mad at me." Franklin went home and ate a nice supper. After supper, Franklin's father wanted to play marbles. When Franklin opened his marble bag, the film rolled out. "What's that?" asked Franklin's father. Said Franklin. His father waited patiently. Finally, Franklin blurted out the whole story, finding the camera, using it, and then putting the camera back. So, you used something that didn't belong to you? Asked his father. Not on purpose, answered Franklin. It just sort of happened. Well, what do you think should happen now? Said his father. Franklin thought and thought. Maybe we could get the camera and try to find the owner, he said finally. So Franklin and his father got the camera, made signs, and posted them in the park. They waited a week, but nobody claimed the camera. Then they went to the police station and told the officers that they'd found a camera. Still, nobody claimed it. Franklin took the film to be developed. He bought a new roll of film with his allowance and popped it into the camera. The next day, the pictures were ready. Franklin held up a photo of Raccoon's family. I know who owns the camera, he shouted. Raccoon must have taken a picture just before he lost the camera, and he's been away, so he didn't see our signs. Franklin returned the camera to Raccoon and apologized for using his film. Raccoon wasn't mad at all. He was so happy to have his camera back that he shared his snack with Franklin. Cheese, said Franklin, smiling, and Raccoon snapped a picture. All right. So, how many of you have found something either here at school or on the playground or at the park, something that didn't belong to you, something that wasn't yours? And how many of you had that mentality of finders keepers, that just because you found it and you didn't know who it belonged to, that now it was okay for you to keep it? Well, is that really okay? Is that being honest and truthful? We do talk about honesty a lot, and we talk about integrity. Integrity was one of our character traits just the other month. And having integrity means doing the right thing all the time, even when no one's watching. Did Franklin show integrity? I think so. At the end of the story, he did the right thing. He made the steps to figure out who the camera belonged to and get it back to its rightful owner. And he even went and bought new film to put in the camera to replace the film that he had used that wasn't his. So I think he made the right choice in the end. But there was a period there where he maybe could have easily made the wrong choice. He could have kept the camera for himself, used the film, and just never even tried to find out who it belonged to, and had that finders keepers idea. So, next time you find something, whether it's on the playground, on the floor in the classroom, in the lost and found, if you're looking for something else that you've lost and you see something in there that you know isn't yours, that somebody else has lost, but you maybe want it, is it right to take it? No, probably not. And what steps can you take to find who those lost items belong to give them to somebody who can, maybe know who it belongs to or can locate the person, like the front office or me or Mr. Hall or Mrs. Ray. We can help find who the item belongs to if you find something that doesn't belong to you. And think about how happy the person is going to be who lost something special to them when you make that extra effort to get it to them and to help them find their lost item. Wouldn't you want somebody to do that for you if you lost something special for you? So, when we find lost items, we want to show integrity, we want to be honest and truthful, and we want to help get that item back to the person who lost it. All right, I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I hope that you enjoy the other story and the things that maybe are the same about it, and maybe some different things happen in Mrs. Melton's story. So enjoy, and I will see you all soon.